to catch up on a couple of slightly longer term injuries. Where's Sir Joel McGregor and Harrison Minturn at the moment?
They're under the guise of my injured players, which I don't talk to them really, because I'm paying them and they're not fit, so I don't like that. No, but they obviously go under the physios, you know. Both got the same injury, and the same injury is it's not very worrying. It is a thing that is a weakness, and it's a strain. So that is not, you'd rather have a pull or a tear or something than you can guess how long that's going to be. But I can assure you they're both still injured, and we'll get them back as quickly as we can, but as sensibly as we can as well. So I would love them to both be fit now, because it'll save me the problem that I've now got. I've got 4 others on the watch list from the last game. So it is what it is. I'm afraid it is what's happening, you know. So, but they're making good progress, but we can't do it any quicker than it's going to be, you know. And for Joel, I would suggest it's a tad more, because he's younger than Minton, but it's a weakness on both of them. So we've also got to strengthen that weakness, strengthen it so it doesn't happen again, and then you put it under stress. So it's not as simple as it's not as complicated as I make it sound. If I was a physio sat here, because they fully assure me they'll both be fine, but we're not going to push them back. And just to clarify, it's not because one of them is going to be sold. Just out there, because Callum looks at this stuff and tells me the madness is going on everywhere. And you know, at the end of the day, I will tell you what I know, and I know he ain't being sold. McGregor is not being sold, so I don't know what all of this nonsense is about.
So is it a bit early to put a sort of ETA for that?
I can't put it on there. I can't do it. I will get a nod and a thumbs up when they're back on the grass, and it might be different times, because we can control it. It might sound weird, but we can control it now they're out of games, you know. And I'd rather get them back fit rather than rush any one of them and then prolong the problem and worsen the problem, if that's the right word. Yeah. And we can do that if I push them too quickly. So, you know, that's where we are, really.
And while doing the medical bulletin, has Harry Smith's nose?
Yeah, he's broken it, and hopefully he's going to have this shield that he can wear. Good job it's not as big as mine. I wouldn't be able to pick my head up, but I broke my nose 5 times. That's my excuse. But he's made of the right stuff. We'll have to see, because it is, you know, if we had a couple of weeks, I'd just leave him out of the way. But we can't. We've got another game, so we've seen it with Mbappe in the World Cup, haven't we?
Just looking at Notts County, they sort of play in a very, very kind of distinct way. So how much do you have to kind of adapt to them, or do you think you can make them adapt to you?
Well, they've just had 72% possession and lost 2-1. So what is possession these days? We had 59% possession and lost 4-0. And then the other day we had 43% possession, had 17 shots, more than the opposition. So it's all about what you do with it, isn't it? You know, but they've got that style. It's been created for them. They've done really well with it. Their new manager was brought in to carry it on, and that's what he's doing. And they're, you know, for me, I wish I could swap with him. You know, it in the position in the league. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all about who I've got fit, and that's proving more and more difficult for me to keep anybody fit. Rather, you know, the way things are going, I'm likely to be out without all sorts of centre halves today. Minturn's out, Hall's still out, and Delaney's hurt his knee. So we'll have to see how he is, and you know, so that will. Who does that leave me with? Oh, Gavin, is he fit? No, I don't think he is. But no, this is what football's all about, and this is what I'm loving about the group, the squad, the people, you know. I'm honestly saying, if we've got a switch, if we have formation, I'm sure we can do that. We haven't got any practice because it's been iced off today. We're rolling them out again. Let's see what we can do. And I am having to pick people who I think suit the people we're playing. And I will honestly say, if I looked at last night's results, it makes our 2 points look very good, doesn't it? To be honest. So, you know, well done to the lads. Well done for your efforts. And it's nice sitting here not being beat for a while. So, we'll have ourselves a totally different challenge tomorrow. It will be more like MK Dons. So, you know, and we didn't do very well without the ball at all there. We scored early and then chased our tail. So hopefully I can give them a lot more stability, a feeling of stability without the ball, because we're not going to have it. But back then I felt we panicked without it, and I don't see us do that anymore. You know, even the other day they had the ball more than us, but I felt we controlled where they had it. You know, if you look at the goals, that's my number 7. If that's my number 7, I'm not having him. I felt he threw himself to the floor twice, personally, and that was a foul on our goalie. So whatever their manager said about absolute bunch of nonsense. Was ours a penalty? I think the referee just made up for the other bad decisions he made and threw another one in there. But yeah, our first goal was a good one. Our second goal was a brilliant one. And I'm more than happy with our team and how we played. But their number 7 should look at himself, because he tripped over deliberately twice. Didn't like it at all. You know, good job there wasn't VAR, because he'd have been off, wouldn't he? Yellow for the first one, yellow for the second one, I'd imagine. No, am I right or not?
Okay.
I think so. And what about the foul on my goalie? How bad was that? Incredible. That's why I don't want to be a referee.
Can I ask a little bit about transfer window and trying to get the players out? Because you talked about the size of the squad. Have you got offers?
I won't be trying to get people out. It will be some decisions of, do I need you, or are you going to play for me? And then I'll have to have a conversation with them. And you know, at the end of the day, the more we're winning, the more we're drawing, the more we're not losing, the better chance the people have got who are in my dressing room to stay with me. But, you know, at the end of the day, there's some things that I'm trying to do. Whether I can do them or not, I do not know. I really don't know. It's not the best window in the world to do things in, to be perfectly blunt with you. But at least we've had a pickup of results that might encourage someone else to want to come to us. That's a huge thing. If we hadn't won for an awful long time, then, whoa, that would have been terrible. But I can confidently say to people, hang on, we have got a good group. We are doing well. We are working hard. We are doing this. I might need this skill set rather than that one. So, but it's all about fitting it together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. And right now is impossible to say what's going to happen.
Last one, you've obviously talk about the kind of team building, I guess, and sort of getting them together. What does the kind of the manner of the win do for a group? And you see the celebrations and everyone's out there, some goalkeepers out there, and so on. Is that a real sort of big bonding experience?
No, it's what we're doing on the training ground that matters, and it's the information when something's gone wrong, how you put it across, how you encourage them to then still be brave enough to go out there and redo it. You know, because there will be mistakes. Nobody means to make them, but you know, can we get other people in the team to help them anticipate those mistakes? It normally takes 3 mistakes for 1 goal. And if you can get the lads communicating and talking, and my wife was here on the weekend and she actually said she could hear 2 or 3 of the lads shouting above the crowd, which is a huge difference for her, and she's seen all my teams play. I drag her along, I feel sorry for her, drag her along to watch, and the difference that she's seen, which is incredible. You know, it's only been a couple of weeks, but you know, it's an ongoing thing. But when you're not feeling as bad as you did about yourself, it's a much nicer way to be. And then when you can share that bit of confidence with someone next to you, and when you're talking to him as he's playing and you're helping him, and then you make up for his mistake that he might have made, then and then you put a ball in and you bring it down on your chest and you smack it in, and then everybody's feeling good about themselves. It's a nice feeling, isn't it, you know? And we should be very proud of ourselves. Some of the goals that we've scored, the things that we've done, have been very, very good, you know? And I think, as I've said before, ever since I've been here, we've got some really good players. And that those really good players are learning how to be a team. They're not one yet. I won't allow them to think that they're one yet, because you have to just keep going, and football just kicks you in the teeth. But we're in such a mess that all I'm thinking about, I'm not even celebrating. I've got nothing to celebrate yet. Not in a million years. I know exactly where I want to be, and it's nowhere near where we are, so I won't be celebrating. But I'm encouraging them to enjoy whatever's happening, even the bad things, because I'm showing them what we're doing really well, doing much better than before, and I think that's making us have a bit more belief about ourselves, and we're looking harder to beat, and we're looking more dangerous, and some of the things we're doing in the final third of is causing the other team's problems more than it did, you know. And for me, that's a hell of a turnaround. 4-0, 4-0, not one shot at goal, and then beat them 3-2. However their manager believes it was done, you know, we did it, and we kept going, and the subs I put on absolutely tore them to shreds at the end, you know, and we hit the bar, and we hit the post, so it wasn't luck. I think we deserved that score. So hopefully we can bring that into the next game, and the next game's totally different. And this is the joy about this level. There's different styles. There used to be different styles in the Premier League, but there isn't anymore, you know. And I love it. I love it because of that. They had nearly 700 passes, this team, and still lost 2-1. So really, it's all about, I think the other team only had 200 and something passes. So, you know, but we've got to be, Walsall are very good. We've got to be like Walsall, because we're not like Notts County. What would I like to be like? I'd like to be like a Swindon team that passes it everywhere and beats people left, right and centre, and entertains everybody, and everybody goes home happy even if you lose. But I live in a strange world where that won't be reality, you know. So what we got to do is go out there and carry the fight, carry the drive, carry the togetherness, carry the good feeling we've got in the group. Whatever happens, whoever I pick and whoever I put on, they have to keep trying to make a difference. And I can only thank them for their efforts. In the meantime, if I can add one or two different people to the mix, maybe with a tad more experience, maybe with a different skill set, to give us that something else that I think nearly every team needs. I think Rozier gave us that on Saturday when he came on. Really did. Beat people, ran at people. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So that's no detriment to Misa, who came off, because I need those skill sets. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, at the end of the day, Aaron's running made a difference. Glatz made a difference. It lifted us, you know, and well done. You know, Kilkenny was fresh when he came on. Thought Offerbor was excellent again. Do you know what I mean? Because our captain had to come off with a sore groin, you know. So anyway, it is what it is. But wow, have I got a mix to look at for this game. Wow. But it will definitely be more of a, let's have a look at them. That's what they do. So I'm going to have to look at that tonight and make sure that our team see that. They got some wonderful players, I have to say that. Big fella up front, wow, what a handful he is. And I watched them beat Cheltenham 5-3. Wow, one of their strikes was an absolute belter right into the top corner. But I'm sure they've seen what we've just did, and they see the run that we're on, and they will respect that. But the better we get, the harder it is gonna, because people won't be surprised then, will they? Do you know what I mean? Oh, we'll turn these over. Well, maybe you won't. So, swings and roundabouts, isn't it? It's how it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity for us to feel good about ourselves instead of feel so absolutely terrible. And to win 3 games in a row at home for our fans is fantastic. But in the huge scheme of life, we got to keep going. You have to. Just keep going.
Good luck, thank you.
Thank you.
Were you saying there that maybe not won't have the training time again? How much more difficult does that make preparing for a team as dynamic as Notts County can be?
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. If I could have had 2 full days on the grass to show what they do and imitate how they do it, and then say, right, this is where I need you to go, because without the ball, we're not always the best team, if I'm being brutally honest. But we are improving in that front, and what I can do is show them where they like to do things, but it's about their duels on the day. You gotta want to win them battles. You gotta want to win those duels, and I thought the lads the other day really did that very, very well. And it's hard to believe that they're the same people, honestly, you know. And it's just amazing what feeling better about yourself does, and feeling part of something. And actually, we are all right. We are doing better. We are getting better. It is a better atmosphere around. So all of that adds up to our players looking like they could look like some of the people that we did sign that haven't really had a good start yet, and I've had some setbacks, you know. Let's hope that Ryan's not injured, because I think he's coming to the fore at the moment, you know. And Namdi's starting to show me what he's really about. I thought he did really well for 2 games in a row. Can I play him again? You know what I mean? Of course I can. I can do whatever I want. But life is about growing and building and feeling. And the feeling was so bad in amongst them, I couldn't understand it. I couldn't understand it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing sometimes, you know. But I hope that's a thing of the past. I believe it is. I'm not saying we won't get disappointed in something that we don't, but we're not going to show it out there, because the next thing you do is more important. And I think the lads have proven that step by step. Every step they're taking looks a positive one to me, so that's what life's about, really. And in this period, if you haven't got time to train, it's important you're enjoying each other's company and feeling like you're sharing out the responsibility. That's why I've made the changes. Not because I've had to, because I wanted to, because they were all showing me that I believe they've twigged what I'm on about. So I think I've shared that out. So we'll have to wait and see. Right? For me, I need one more result right now, and then if I get the right one, I'll be absolutely delighted with what we've done over this Christmas period. If we don't get that one, then I probably won't be so delighted. In fact, I'll feel a bit goddamn miserable if we don't. I want 2 wins in a row. We haven't had that yet. I don't like it. It's not good enough from our group. And this will be one heck of a challenge. And looking at the results last night, it makes those 2 points that we managed to get on the road. Bromley went away and won 3-0. And Wimbledon beat Newport 2-1. So we didn't lose to either of those, did we? So anyway, away draw and a home win, you're on decent form. We've got to get an away win as well. I don't like the sound that I haven't had one of them yet. That's not good enough, so let's see what we can do. We'll have to earn it, won't we? Because they're very, very good. Well done to them. They've got their own identity. They've been building it for a few years. They lost their manager to a higher league championship, I think. And they've gone and got someone who was doing really, really well on a very poor budget. And wow, hasn't he done so well? So hopefully he won't do too well tomorrow. But we'll have to earn that right.
One of the things that was striking about the 4 kind of Christmas games was the number of shots the team had taken. I think that all 4 games were in the top 6 games within the season for the number of shots. So what do you think has kind of produced that attacking bump from the team?
Me keeping on about where I want them to play and who I want to have the ball and how many times I want my defenders to have it compared to how many times I want my midfield and forwards to have it. And I think that's really what it's all about. And if my defenders can get it in their half and do their passing in their half, I think we're not a bad team. If we're doing it in our half, I don't like us. I don't see the point in that sometimes. I really don't. And I'm not old-fashioned. My Blackpool team played all sorts of football, but we played it in the right place. I see people going over and over and over it in the wrong place, in my opinion. But football's all about opinions, isn't it? You know, so I like my forwards to have the ball rather than my defenders, if that makes sense. And I'm not going to tell you why. Oh dear. There is a lot of skill in defending, but up front, absolutely. We all want to be like that, don't we? We all want to be able to put the ball in the net. But it is what it is, isn't it? I want my defenders to score as well, as Will did. Was that Will's goal or Ollie's goal? Not sure. But to be honest with you, it's a very simple thing, you know. Whatever the stats, everybody's on about stats these days. Whatever happens, it's the main score that matters, isn't it? And, you know, I am not going to be happy with 59% possession if we lose 4-0. And I will never, ever forget that. For me, that was a turning point of me being, oh, let's encourage what we're doing, or, oh, no, I'm not having that. I'm sorry, that is it. Whoa, what the hell are you doing? And I think that was the change. And then you might get some clarity from that at the end of, you know, hopefully that'll be a huge turning point for us. Turn a terrible season into a wonderful one. Because we've got more than enough points to play for. And if I would pay to watch us at the moment. Gospel truth, I would. I'm glad I haven't got to. I'm glad I get in for nothing. But I would pay to watch us at the minute. And if I can produce a team that makes our fans want to come back and watch them, and actually the money that no one's got actually is worth it because I'm enjoying this, let's get in on that feeling. Wow, that's all that matters. Because I know there's loads more who would come back if we were doing all right. So it's baby steps to try to get towards that, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? But I find it very difficult to understand, you know, for someone's injured and then everybody's speculating that, oh, he's not injured for real, that we're going to sell him. I don't understand. I'd tell you if he wasn't injured. I'd tell you if I was going to sell him. And I'd tell you why I was going to sell him. And it won't be your chairman selling him. It'll be me. To try and bring someone else in or to try and do something else. And if you can bring in a better player than the one you had or as good, like Brentford do, like Brighton do, wow, what a wonderful way to go. But I just don't understand. I do not understand. Poor old Joel is injured. He don't want to be injured and he ain't going to be sold. So, you know, I just don't get it, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Thanks, Greg.
You didn't even ask me that question, did you? But
I just get the answer.
no, I don't. I don't ever look at those things. But he comes in and tells me it, and I'm like, whoa, hold on. I just don't understand. Maybe we need a fans forum. Maybe we should just let them come in, sit down, ask me some questions. I don't. Do you know what I mean? I really don't get what on earth is going on. I'm trying to enjoy every minute of every day. Because if I'm not here tomorrow, I haven't wasted today, have I? And I am so lifted by this place. It's unbelievable. I don't get why. I don't. Maybe I'm just a simpler person, you know. I am so infused by being out of the game and being back in the game. And for me, this place is just wonderful. And even when it wasn't going well, it's still wonderful. You know, how we treated everybody at Christmas, how everybody was caring about the fans, the supporters, how the lads came in, and, you know, wow. It's been wonderful, but I just don't understand how everybody can then go and make up stuff and start everybody worrying. Life's tough enough as it is. I just bought some logs for my fire. How much are they these days? Honestly. How dear is life at the minute? It's just frightening, isn't it? Anyway, don't let me start. If you've got any more questions.
I'll just check in on Ollie Clark. You mentioned about a precaution coming off with a groin. Is that, I presume he's one of these on the watch list?
He's on the watch list, and I don't know until we're,
Yeah.
you know, because we're coming into travel. And the difficulty with us is if you train first and then travel, your travel time can be, you know, so what we like to do is get in and then travel, but we couldn't get anywhere to train that is usable other than AstroTurf, and the last thing on the earth I would let anybody do now is go on AstroTurf after the minutes in their legs. So we will be getting to the hotel. We'll be watching videos of our opponents. I'll be showing what we did really well, and then we'll be walking through what we need to do. And the physios will assess them in the gym at the hotel that we're at. And that's as good as we can do it today, really.
You usually take a few extra bodies in that case, just in case.
Yeah, we've already thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're quite well
I'm
planned.
not suggesting you haven't, it's just generally interesting.
No, we're quite well planned.
Would it be a case of calling up on some of the youth as well? You've had McCormick in your squad before.
No, it's not. No. Botan's back in. I'd rather not talk about that because whoever's playing us might have a look at it. So I'd rather not talk about that.
Sure, understand.
Be honest with you.
This run since Colchester, you played teams that are second, third, sixth, seventh, and 10th in the form table. So this upturn has come against the teams who are also having an upturn in form themselves. Does that tell you anything more about the way in which your team has performed over this period?
Not really. I think life should be about us and how well we can do things. And I'm pleased because I feel like I've been telling them things and I'm not sure they agree with me. Whereas now I'm getting some proof to show them, wait a minute, if we do these things, you are good, you can do this. Do you get what I mean? So that's what you need as a manager. Because if we wouldn't have had these results and I was still saying it, they probably wouldn't be listening to me now, would they? Neither would the fans, neither would anyone else. But really, I was brave enough to say that I think we're much better than we're actually showing, right from the off. And that wasn't just a tactic. I actually genuinely saw what they were trying to do and how they were trying to do it and how well it was going, but apart from stopping goals going in and not scoring. So, and that's not good, is it? When you're not stopping goals going in and you're not scoring, you're going to lose, aren't you? So, you know, hopefully we can twist that around a little bit. But it's all about who I've got fit and keeping them fit and who I actually need and what experience we have in certain levels and then what skill set we have in certain areas. It's absolutely vital that we get slightly different skill sets in different areas that make a team. If I'm making you a cake, I'm not putting the same ingredient. I need different ones to mix it up, to make that cake taste how you want it to, you know? And maybe we had too many similar and too many styles and too many different things, but, you know, that's what I'm looking at, and definitely not enough experience at times, and I keep saying that, you know, but you don't realise, I don't think people realise how absolutely vital leaders are. You could spend millions of pounds on the right sort of age group for the club to progress and all of this nonsense, and you ain't got any leaders because they're probably too old and they're not going to make any money on them, and oh, wow. even the best people at doing it don't do that anymore, because you need some senior ones who've been there, seen it, done it, who know what they're talking about. Only Sir Alex Ferguson managed to do that with a group. Young lads don't win anything. 92 they did, but they were exceptional. So, you know, life's about trying to get the balance right, and our balance still isn't right. Age-wise, experience-wise, still not right. If I'm limited to who I can pick, if I get to one or two, the more experienced ones, I can't mix it. Oh dear. And we're still right there. We're still right, just like that, right like that. So that feels too fragile for me. And right now, trying to get that sorted is almost impossible. But I'm going to try my hardest, and I'm going to be as honest as I can be. And my contacts that I've made throughout my life in football will help me right now. And I've got hundreds of thousands of them, and I've got the club's contacts. So I'm in a fantastic situation. But it's still about the luck of the, hang on a minute, I got to cast it the right time in the right place to try and do that. And today ain't the right time. There's games going on, people are of it, you know, at it, and decisions have to be made within a few days on the ones that we've already got. So that's gonna tell. And I can only answer that then, because other things we're waiting on certain things. So it's, as I say, not ideal. It's not ideal that I'm here, is it? You know? For Swindon, it's not ideal, because their manager got moved out, I got brought in, you know, and it isn't where we wanted to be in a million years as a club, right? So we don't want to be down the bottom. We're still down there. I don't like it. Let's see what we can try and do. And I don't think it's major surgery, to be perfectly honest with you. We might need an operation, but it's not major surgery. And the more we can continue doing this, the more the lads are trying to show me, well, what more could I ask for? You know? But anyway, I can't be... I talk far too much. The old fellow was right, you know? Stop talking, mate. Just win a few games. I'm trying to, my friend. And what I'm saying at the minute, not everything's a calamity. It seems to be here. I'm trying to get rid of that. Do you get what I mean? Missing the penalties when we did. We practiced a few. We scored one much more important, wasn't it, that one? I don't mind missing when we win 3-1. If we'd have missed, we'd have drawn 2-2. What a massive 2 points that is when you look at the table and you look how everybody else won. But have a look at the people above us right now, and have a look at who's... Wait a minute, hang on. Whoa. That's not nice for them, is it? And what I want our lads to do is just keep posting things and come on, here we go, come on, here we go, and I'm going to keep rewarding them if they keep doing that for me. So, you know, but people, you can ask me the questions that people want answered, and I got no problem with that. And I will try and always do that as fairly and as accurately as I can, as long as it don't cause us any trouble. But, you know, there's no limit to who I can ask about football players. There is no limit with how long I've been doing it and who I've got contacts with and where I might be able to go to bring somebody. But what is difficult at the minute is finding the experience, who are still fit, who won't be injured, who won't do you know what I mean? They do not grow on trees, and I might have to take a bit of a gamble, but it will be an educated one. And I won't do anything, because why would I change somebody here with somebody from outside who's not as good as the one that I've already got? Because now we're starting to look like we should have looked in the first place.